Right, so now I'm going to show you how to take your image of your logo sketch, your final two at the bottom of that page I gave you, and then how to open it up in Adobe Illustrator in our assignment. So first thing you need to do, if you haven't already, is download that file by clicking here. And then what we're going to do once we download it is we're just going to move that to our desktop if we haven't already, just so we have it ready to go there. Now, next thing we need to do is open up that camera app in Google. So we're going to click the little waffle over here that says apps. If you don't see that, you can go up and click view and then go down to where it says always show bookmarks bar, and that'll give you that apps icon waffle. From there, we're going to click camera here, and that's going to open up that camera app just like so. Now what we need to do is be sure your brightness on your computer is turned all the way up, so that way you can have a nice bright image for when you're trying to trace your logo. So last time we took an image of all of this here. This time we're just going to take the image here. So what I want you to do is simply just zoom in. So just kind of get real close. Be sure it's nice and bright and centered in there. Lost my computer mouse here. And then we're going to, once we get it lined up, we're just going to snap our photo. Now we need to get these onto our computer. So to do that, we're just going to click where it says go to gallery down here where we have our image. And then what we're going to do is go to this up down icon here. We're going to export to disk. You want to be sure that you select desktop there. Once you've selected desktop, go ahead and hit select. And it's going to go ahead and move that right there on your desktop for you. So now what we need to do is open up our Illustrator file that we just downloaded. I did this as an example for another video. But once we have our Illustrator open, what we're going to do is zoom out a little bit and just drag and drop this right on top of there. And now we have this on our file here. So I'm going to go ahead, select this, hold shift. So you want to be sure that when you make your image bigger or smaller that you're holding shift. If you don't hold shift, what it's going to do is warp and distort your drawing that you did, and it's not going to look anything like what you initially drew. So be sure that you're always holding shift when you make those bigger or smaller. Now you want to be sure that you are adding your image to your bottom layer. So if we look at mine here, I've added my image to my layer 2. I don't want that. So what I'm going to do, if this happens to you, go ahead and just select your image here, and you can drag this little red dot to where it goes blue, and now it's on that layer 1. Okay, your document should already only have one layer, but just in case, I'll make sure that I'll go back, double check, and make sure you only have that one, so you don't have to worry about this. Once you've added that, go ahead and lock that layer, and then give yourself a layer 2 on top to then do your drawing. So what we're going to do is use our pen tool to then trace our logo. So my pen tool, or my logo, is more of a drawing versus kind of like a solid shape. I did blind contour line drawings. They look really wacky and kind of goofy, but for some reason I was kind of feeling like that kind of fit kind of the vibe of my logo. So I'm simply going to start now. Depending on who you are and kind of what your logo looks like, you might also need to use your different shapes. So I can't really show you how to make your exact logo. This assignment is really going to challenge the way in which you challenge all the ways that you've learned to make images and illustrations in Illustrator. I think most of us should be able to get away just fine with that pen tool. We all have plenty of practice. We're all really good with the pen tool, and you shouldn't really need anything other than the pen tool itself. Okay. If you do need help, just raise your hand and be patient while I get to you. Everyone's going to have their own troubles with this assignment because everyone has a different image or logo that they're trying to trace. So just keep working through your problem until I'm able to get to you one-on-one.